Hey, it's Aaron, and today I want to talk about the 2025 Infiniti QX80. The QX80 gets a bunch of changes. It's still the big SUV it's always been. The QX80 has always kind of been a competent and well-liked full-size luxury SUV, but it's always been kind of the other one. It's never been kind of the mainstream, and I really think it should be. For 2025, it's fully redesigned, so this is a completely new vehicle. Its stablemate at Nissan, the Armada, also saw a complete redesign. The two go hand in hand. The real highlights for the 2025 version of the QX80 is interior, which has always been a highlight for this vehicle. It's been vastly improved. The infotainment is really good, and it's kind of just, it's luxury without being overdone. So it's, like I said, it fits with what Infiniti has always done. There's a lot of passenger room. It's one of the few full-size SUVs with a usable third row, so adults can actually sit back there. That honestly cannot be said about the Armada. Its third row is a little more cramped than it is in the Infiniti. I'm not 100% sure why. They're the same design, same platform. I really think it's just because Infiniti, with their interior design, just kind of really thought out how much padding do those seats actually need, and should they maybe be positioned a little bit different or something. Whatever it was, they are better. Has a very high towing capacity, 8,500 pounds. That's on par with pretty much everybody in this segment, and it's a good towing capacities, which means it's actually usable. So did a really good job with it. A couple of downsides. It's a little noisier than I expect a luxury SUV to be. So when you're on the highway, you do get some of that highway noise in there. And then it's huge. So that makes it a little more difficult to park, a little harder to maneuver around some tight spots. But if you live in Wyoming, where I do, there's tons of space, so that's rarely a concern. But if you are trying to drive this in an urban environment, it's not going to be easy. So yeah, just be aware of that. But otherwise, it's a very, very well done vehicle. They swapped out the V8 for a turbocharged 6, which is kind of happening across the board with every manufacturer. The 6 puts out a little more power than the V8 did, feels really good, and powers this machine very nicely. I have no complaints about the way the powertrain ran. It's really, really nicely done. This is a competent, good, everyday vehicle with a lot of nice luxury touches, and it just doesn't go over the top with those. So that's kind of my assessment. I really think that Infiniti hit the nail on the head with this. The problem is that in the full-size luxury SUV market, there are a ton of really great choices. Now, the upside here is that the Infiniti does have a starting point that is slightly lower than pretty much everybody else. You'll get into this at about $85,000 or so at its base level, and it comes really well equipped at that. And some of the add-ons that other luxury makes require you to pay for over the top of their high price tag are standard on this. Good example is radar cruise control. So the automated cruise control is standard on the Infiniti QX80. Yeah, that's what I got. That's the 2025 Infiniti QX80. Talk to you again soon.